What's up? What's up, Mr. Greco? Man, why you say you in a bad mood, man? Can't be always be in a bad mood. I got you, man. I got you. Waiting for our... What's up, man? Yeah, I don't do a lot of smiling. Waiting for our brother. Hey, what's going on? Waiting for my man to get on here. He got a story to tell you guys. Our brother Joe Mitchell. We gonna help him out. We gonna share his story as soon as we get on here. Woo. What's up, man? Let me see if I can get you in here. Oof. It should be at you now.
Richard,
Hey, what's up, man? What's going on?
what's up with you, sir?
Nothing much, man. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, brother. I'm using my cell phone, so it's a little tough.
Well, I'm using mine too.
Mine's a little more shaky than yours, I think.
I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. So we got quite a bit of people watching. So you go ahead
Good.
and tell them where you from and what local you from, how many years you been a Teamster, what you do, and all that other kind of good stuff.
Okay, my name is Joey Mitchell. I am out of local 509. I have been a Teamster since 1995 when I got employed at UPS. Uh,
95?
1995, I'm getting old, brother.
Man, you know I was a sophomore in high school in 95.
Don't make me feel old, Richard. It's all good. Everybody ages like a fine wine, man.
You right. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. So tell everybody what's going on, man. I know everybody see it. And the thing is that we all know is that the number one issue around the country was retaliation, harassment, and all that other kind of stuff.
Amen.
Right. But your situation is directly is the reason why that was the number one issue.
Point A.
Right. So why our officials didn't do nothing about it is beyond me. They just put a bow and a ribbon on top of the language that was already there. That made it say you may or may not get any back pay and all this other kind of stuff. But your situation is so crazy. You got to tell everybody what's going on. What's up, John? What's going on?
Okay. First of all, I'm in the Atlantic area supplement, and other supplements have language, grandfathering people in, and they have language protecting them. There is none in the Atlantic supplement. That's the problem. On December the 21st, I was pulled into the office with a shop steward, and I was told, let me back up. When I got in the meeting, I had called the 1-800 number hotline for some management members giving me false names and other things, being dishonest. So I called the 1-800 number. What's ironic, when I got into the meeting, Richard, was there was an official there from Human Resources sitting beside me, waiting on me, wanting to discuss my 1-800 number call in the meeting where they took me out of service. And yeah, I never talked to her. I'm like, whatever. Just kind of correlates what's going on.
Right.
But I was pulled into office on Friday, December 21st, unexpectedly. And I was told that I was being taken out of service for a tattoo on the back of my neck. And, you know, I was like, really? So I turned around. I had my co-steward in there, Curtis Scholl. I gave him my phone and had him take a picture right there in my manager's office. The tattoo's not visible. Right. I've got ink, but it's all covered. They did not terminate me. They took me out of service. They walked me to the guard shack. Go ahead.
So hold on 1 minute now. They didn't terminate you.
No, sir.
Right? But they took you off the job. So how is that even possible?
You tell me. That's a good question. I never got a termination letter or any kind of discharge, suspension letter. I've been out, I don't know, let's see, since December 21st, 4 days before Christmas.
Right.
And most people that know me have seen a Facebook post. The tattoo is covered up
right
by my collar completely. There's no question.
Right.
I'm just rolling with the punches, man. Trying to get this out so everybody knows what's going on and knows motives and the agenda of the company.
Right, but this is what I can't understand. How can you not be fired but off the job? Because you're not getting paid, right?
No, sir, I'm not. That's a good question. I'm wondering the same thing.
So, so not getting paid, I'm not fired, but I'm not allowed to work.
I'm not even allowed to work inside the building, Richard. They won't even let me put basically what happened, how it got known that I had my manager admitted in my local level hearing that he had never seen my tattoo. I've been working for him for 5 years. My customers don't even know I have it. What happened was I got unjustly discharged on September 6, 2018 for 28 days.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and at my local level hearing with the labor manager for that discharge, I had on a regular shirt on. When I walked into the office, the very first thing he said to me, Richard, was, I see you have a tattoo on the back of your neck. How do you plan on covering that up? And I said, I'll put a Band-Aid on. And didn't think anything of it. So supposedly, when my business agent confronted the labor manager about the tattoo at my local, he claims that he saw it while I was stretching, doing my stretches. And he only saw about that much of it.
Right.
And couldn't even make out what it was. It's a tattoo of a cross. It's a religious tattoo.
Right.
So I'm kind of in limbo, man. Like, I had to wait on the grievance procedure. But I'll be honest with you, before I take some kind of BS offer, I'll go flip burgers at McDonald's before I take an offer. I'm not taking no offer. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense that UPS feel as though they could do whatever they want to do, and there is no repercussion for what they do. I mean, here you go. You've been working since 1995.
Yes, sir.
Painter's car driver. You're not working, but you're not fired, and you're not getting paid. Now you got a family support. You got to support yourself, and these are the games that the company that everybody think is so prestigious and all this. To see them on the news and they make all this money, but UPS is nothing but a logistics bully. Bully.
Good word.
Bully. Now, and I can't understand it. I for the life of me. Now, what is your local leaders doing about it?
My business agent, we're going out. I couldn't last week, but me and him he's a notary. We're going out to my route and getting statements from my customers saying they've never seen my tattoo. I know that the union cannot make UPS do anything. All we can do is wait on the grievance procedure.
But that's the thing, though. If you're not fired, then it
was brought up at the membership. It was brought up at the membership meeting 2 Saturdays ago. I stood up and told all the members what was going on and kind of put my local on the spot and asked them what their standpoint was.
Right.
they explained the tattoo policy, and I said, cover tattoos?
Right.
Cover tattoos. But after the meeting, Richard, I had a lot of people that I've never met come up to me after the meeting and want to see that tattoo and could not believe what is going on. And I want to tell everybody here, I'm a single father with full custody of my 14-year-old son. I get no child support. So I'm just holding fast, brother. My son sees the struggles I go through with this company, but.
Right. Well, keep holding on, man. We're going to help you out, man. We're going to share this everywhere. Labor notes, labor press, the teachers
That's
here.
What I want.
We're gonna make this go viral, man, because people need to put UPS on notice.
It needs to go viral because it's unfair and unjust. And I'll be honest with you, Richard, in the pattern of events, I'm a very active steward. I'm the only one in my building that does what I'm supposed to do. I come in about an hour early every morning. And, a big problem in my center, we're in the South, we're in a right to work state, which is a problem.
Right.
We have a lot of drivers that come in, an hour early and work off the clock, load the truck so they can have a better day. I come in and I've got an agreement with management because I was filing 3 grievances a week for them working off the clock. 1 to pay them, 1 for taking hours from part-timers, and 1 for management allowing them to do it. So I've got an agreement with my management team right now that I get 6 drivers and each center pays 15 minutes a morning of my choosing. There's 2 centers in my building, so I get a total of 12 drivers paid every morning 15 minutes, which is better than nothing. I've got them reaching in the pockets to keep me from filing the grievances. I've got a clear pattern and notes and grievances and labor charges of retaliation. And that's all this is. It's just
that's all it is,
pure case of retaliation.
Right. I agree.
And I've done, I've contacted NLRB, waiting on that. The truth's going to come out.
Yeah, it is.
And
it is. I really hope that this is a backlash for UPS, man, because like I said, like we talked about in the beginning, the #1 issue that we wanted fixed in our contract was harassment. That's the #1 thing.
Especially with the stewards, Richard.
Right. They just run rampant. They don't care. They do whatever they want to do. And look at you. And this, I gotta mention this again. You wasn't fired, but you was put out of service, no money coming in, but you're not fired. And UPS thinks that's okay. I don't understand. And I seen the pictures. You can't see the tattoo. I wouldn't have known you had a tattoo unless you told me. So I don't get it.
It's absolutely crazy, but it's one of them things that I've got to stand my ground, bro. That's it. Stand my ground. And at this point, as bored as I am sitting around and need to go back to work and this, that, and another, if they called me today, want me to come back, it's a negative. You know what I mean? Not without some type of back pay.
Yeah.
The only way I'll come back to work. The only way I'll come back to work with no back pay is if a panel upholds it. That's it. Other than that, I'll go work at McDonald's temporarily and flip burgers until I go back to work.
Right.
I'm going to hold fast, and I will not back down on this deal at all.
That's right.
I agree. Wrong, and Richard, I'm a fair man. Right. If I'm wrong and do anything wrong in any way, I'll admit it. But in this case, I'm not going to bend or I'm not going to budge out of principle. If I'm out a year, I'm out a year. Right. It's going to be what it's going to be. I'm going to stand my ground and hold fast, and I'm not going to back down.
That's right. And I commend you for that, man, because a lot of people, they wouldn't do that. And I commend you for doing that. You know
especially
what I mean?
In my center, man. It's kind of crazy, man, because I see it every day, and all my drivers, they come to me when they have issues and they see me come. I'm the only one in my building. I come in, 45 minutes early after I take my son to school and walk the belts. Right. And when I'm walking the belts, I'm very respectful to all the management members. Yes, sir, no, sir, good morning. But yet they don't like what I'm doing, so they call in and say I'm harassing them. When actually they're harassing me. I've had a part-time supervisor that was working, and I went to her supervisor and asked, told him I appreciate her hard work, but she can't work. He went and talked to her. She comes over and makes a V-line toward me in front of about 8 drivers and gets in my face with her hand all in my face. Now, if I would have done that, Richard, what would have happened?
Oh, you'd have been done. You'd have been done. Man, you know what? It's sad because that stuff go on in every building. I was down there. I'm from North Carolina. So when I went down there to visit my family in June, I went to the UPS there, and I was talking to the drivers there, and they were saying some of the same things you are saying. The division manager would come in there and talk all to them all crazy and yell and scream at them all in their face. And then I would ask them, what are you guys doing about it? What are you guys trying to fix? What are your officials doing? And it's the same old, same old. They're not doing anything. And that's why UPS will continue to do whatever they want to do until we as members get together, regardless of what the local leaders are doing. I know they're not doing their job, but we got to do our part. If they continue to harass us and walk us off the job for nothing, then we need to do what we need to do. Go outside of our officials. There's a whole lot of other avenues to get what we need done, because there's a lot of problems going on. And not long ago, somebody had emailed me from I think it was San Francisco with the same issues you having. And they saw our video on YouTube about harassment and how to handle it. And they used that video to strengthen their case because it's bad out there in California. He was telling me some stuff. I said, what do UPS think they're doing to forget we work for them. They treating people like that. They
don't care. Hey, they did this, Richard, 4 days before Christmas. 4 days before Christmas.
That's bad, man. That's bad.
And, I ain't going to lie to you. I wanted to cry. But I'll tell you, they'll never see that from me. I walked out laughing and told them, when they walked me out, I was just laughing and just like, wow. I said, y'all were crazy. But, I'll be honest with you. It's retaliation. I filed several sets of charges before this with the NLRB. I filed a lot of grievances. And I want to tell everybody, it's not my immediate management people. It's my labor manager. He's basically taking a shot at me. And I'll tell you another thing that's been happening, Richard. In the morning when I'm walking the belts, it's a big problem with supervisors working. Yeah. The preload actually plans their day on how many drivers come in to work off the clock. I've seen them do this. We have a lot of management members that work. Now, they've slowed down a lot because I file and they're going to pay me for it. Right. But when I go up to, it's been 3 incidences lately where I went up to a part-time supervisor and asked them what their name was, and they give me a false name. And I've grieved it and everything. Now, again, what would happen if I gave them a false name if they asked me my name?
Oh, that's classic. The dishonesty umbrella. You be done. But they can lie. They can do whatever they want to do, and still just do whatever they want to do. And it's sad. It's that language, man. It needs to be fixed. It has to be fixed. We're actually, every time you go into that building, you're actually putting your whole career, your family's livelihood, you're putting all that on the line.
Every day.
You working at UPS. Every single day.
And I'll tell you something. I didn't do this, but it's kind of a little funny note. I almost came to work and took a piece of paper and made a bullseye on a piece of paper and taped it to my back and walked into work with it. But I didn't. But I almost did.
Right.
Because
well,
I probably
but you got one on anyway. Right.
Oh, it's bad, man. I mean, I've had in the years past, I've had union drivers, members that will not get near me or talk to me in fear of management seeing them. I had a brother one time a couple of years ago. We were walking out the building together. We were in the middle of a conversation. He turned around and walked off from me immediately. And I looked at him and I was like, what are you doing? Right. And he said, the manager's coming. And I just shook my head. Right. People are just, I try to be strong for others. I try to lead by example. Right. And, everybody knows being a steward is a thankless job. Everybody knows that. People call me all the time crying, whining, bitching, complaining, and then, they're scared to put it on the paper. And, I've got one of my drivers that I call him my prodigy. And this driver will call me with a problem, and I'll tell him what to do, and he'll do it the next day. No questions asked. And what I try to tell all my other drivers is, hey, you want to know if my system works? Talk to him. Ask him, does it work? When you come to me with an issue and I tell you to file a grievance or do whatever, and you don't do it, I can't help you. I can lead the horse to the water, but I can't make you drink.
Can't make him drink. Yeah, can't do that. Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. But like I said, we're gonna share this everywhere. We're gonna copy this link, man. We're gonna make sure people understand the beast that is United Parcel Service, and what our officials and us have allowed them to get away with for so many years. And that's why they continue to do these types of things, because there is no repercussion. There is nothing that will stop them unless we stop them. And I'm hoping that you and your story will open up everybody's eyes, because you're sitting at home for nothing. They didn't discharge you. You're not getting paid. They just felt like because they could get away with it.
4 days before Christmas, Richard.
4 days before Christmas. You got a family. You got to take care. Like you said, you got full custody of your son, and you're trying to do the right thing. And here comes the big bully Brown, just doing whatever they want to do. So I'm hoping that everybody watches this and really open up their hearts and their minds to find out, UPS is no good. Yeah, they pay us well and all this other kind of stuff. But what good is it to go to a job that's going to pay you well, then the next day they'll fire you for nothing? It just doesn't make any sense to me. And all the stewards out there, not even just stewards, everybody that's active, be very, very careful. These guys will harass you. They'll try to get under your skin. They will try to provoke you. They will do whatever they can to get you out of the building, because if you're good at what you do, other people will see hope in you, and they may even try to fight, and they don't want that. So be very, very careful.
Yeah, be very careful and dot your I's and cross your T's. And I'll tell you what I do. I'm a package driver, Richard. I'll tell you what I do when I'm out on my route. I pretend that I have a supervisor ride with me every day. Right. I'll tell you what happened to me when I bid on my new run in 2013. I knew the run. It's been probably 10 years since I ran it. When I was a coverage driver, I knew like 30 routes. Okay. I've been doing this a long time.
Right.
When I bid on the heaviest run in my building in 2013 for a reason, to prove a point to all the other drivers. I bid on the heaviest route in the building, didn't get trained on it, which is cool. Ran it Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday by myself, missed 9-5. Friday night before I left the building, I filed a grievance to get on the 9-5 list. When I came in Monday morning, 4th day on my new bid run, I had a supervisor do a 3-day performance ride with me. The very first day, that Monday, he rode with me. I kept him out till 10:25 that night.
10:25.
And after the 3 days, I told him that Monday, I said, if the manager backs out, I said, I know why you're doing this. I said, if he backs out of the ride, I have a little bit of mercy with the grievances. I said, but if you continue this ride and finish it out, there will be none. And what's funny is everybody knows when they do a performance ride that if they help you in any way, it voids the ride out. And there were a couple times what I would do is when I went home each night, the supervisor a few times held the door for me. That's helping me, or told me where to go. That's help.
Right.
But, you know, I didn't grieve the ride because my stops per on-road hour, you know what I mean? They didn't change. You know, it might have went up like a half a stop an hour, but everybody knows one. If I would have grieved, they would just did another one. You know what I mean? So, you know, and I encourage everybody, every package driver, I know most every driver I know does not like management to ride with them at all. But you know what? If you want a problem fixed, if your route's messed up or you're having issues or you're getting harassed about your performance and you're doing your best and following the methods, I encourage every driver to welcome a 3-day ride from management. A 3-day ride done properly following the methods, you know, is the way to fix a problem.
Right.
It got my stop count pulled down. And then at the same time, when you get your stop count pulled down, you get other drivers talking about why I got this and he's got that. And, you know, I tell them, get on a 9-5 list. You know, I can't force anybody. Like I said, I can take you to lead the horse to the water, but I can't make you drink.
Right.
You know, if, you know, and, you know, if somebody gets discharged or something like that, yes, I'll file the grievance for them, but I don't really make a habit of filing people's paperwork for them. You know, my business agents told me years ago, it's just not a good idea because then they expect it. You know, and I help any member any way I can. My phone's open 24/7 for anybody. Right. But, you know, it gets to a point where the members have to stand up for themselves.
Yeah.
And,
you know,
I agree. My co-steward, Curtis Scholl, is actually planning an act of solidarity in my behalf here soon in my building, which to my knowledge will be the first time that's ever happened. So, Richard, if, you know, if my drivers, if an act of solidarity happens for the first time because of my situation will be worth it. Right. If it can help in any way with my members and other members, I'm cool being out. I can take it. You know, a lot of people, most people can't take the heat and take the stress and, you know, deal with it on a day-to-day basis. And, you know, I can't. I've been a target for a long time. I'm used to it. I'm not going to say I like it. Yeah. But it is what it is. You know, and it's going to be what it's going to be. You know, I mean, I stand for something and, you know, I just come to work. I do my job every day. And I've been discharged, I don't know, 7 times since 2012. I mean, you name it, I've been discharged. Years ago during Christmas time, I had my helper told me, you know, about 3:30 that he had to go pick his cousin up from work and he had to go. That was an emergency to him. So I dropped him off, and when I got to work that night, they fired me for what was it?
Stealing time?
No, not stealing time. Intentional sabotage, saying that I sabotaged operations.
Right. I tell you, man, they got some words with them, man. They got some stuff with them, man. And you know what?
It's unbelievable, man. It is absolutely unbelievable. And, you know, if you go to work and you keep your mouth shut and you don't stand up for yourself, you know what I mean? You can do basically whatever you want. But I'll tell everybody this is watching, even though you don't, you know, well, how do I word this? If you think that you laying low and eating their crap and taking what they give, if you think they care about you and they gonna look out for you if something happens, you better think again. Nope. I promise you.
They
it don't matter care. Who you are.
Nope.
It don't matter.
Check this out.
You do something, they will take you out.
Check this out. Years ago, right? I was on this pool, and man, it was heavy. It was so heavy, it was creating like a safety issue, and it was just bad. So, and we was complaining like, yo, man, y'all need to do something with this load because it's jamming up, and you know it's just unsafe to work down here. So, as it would happen, man, one of the it was like an E-reg or something filling my back. Man, messed my back up. Man, I was out for a good little bit, right? So I came back to work, and I noticed that they had finally, you know, lightened up the load. I said, okay, well, it took me to get hurt for them to do something. Come to find out, that had nothing to do with it. They had a special account. There was a lot of money, and that truck had to be out at a certain time. So they lightened the load up so they could get that truck out. Had nothing to do with me getting all busted all up, hurt. Oh, man. It was about them getting their money. They do not care nothing about us at all.
If you drop dead on the route, they're gonna be worried about getting somebody to finish your route.
That's it. That is it. They do not care. And you know, but again, Joy, it's good to talk to you, man. We're gonna share it everywhere. We're gonna copy this link and share it everywhere. We're gonna put it on our YouTube page. Share. Yeah, we're gonna do it everywhere because we want people to know, man, that the UPS teams are not just crying about it, man. This is a real serious problem. UPS feels they can do whatever they want to do, however they want to do, to whom they want to do. And when you don't have the language to protect you like you should, these are the things that's going to continue to happen. You got a brother here that's been working since 95 for this company. 95.
Right out of high school.
Right out of high school. Out of high school. And they fired him for nothing. They didn't terminate him, and they just told him you're out of service, and he's not getting paid. I don't get that, especially when you got a union contract. So I don't get that. I don't get that.
I want to let everybody know too that not that it matters, but I'm not one of these people that don't come to work or goes out there and has a performance issue, or I do my job every day. I follow the methods, and I do what I'm supposed to do. But, Richard, on what you said about the language in the contract, yes, we need it, but it doesn't matter how much language is in there. If the members don't use the language is no good. That's the big problem. The only person that really files in my center, I mean, there's a few people that file, but it's me. It's just crazy, man. I've been told so many different things, and I'll tell you, when I got discharged September 6, 2018, when I came back to work my first day back, I walked the belts my very first day back with my notebook, getting drivers paid. So with all the part-time soups that have lied to me, giving me false names, it's in the contract that every management member has to have a name tag. Right. Well, in my building, they don't wear name tags because nobody enforces it. But guess what? They wear them now. All the management has name tags on. Well, that's what happens when you're dishonest to people.
Right. You keep fighting, man. We're going to stand with you. Whenever you need us, man, we're going to do what we can to help you out.
Thank you, brother.
And I'm pretty sure that once this goes everywhere, it's going to speed up the process, because this makes UPS and their brand look bad. You just can't let somebody off the job for no reason. Didn't fire them. They're not getting paid. They got this is a problem, and it needs to be fixed on a national level, because it happens everywhere. everywhere. It happens every single building. Every local has it that has a UPS barn in it. So we all got to stick together. We all got to fight together. You know, you in South Carolina, I'm in Philadelphia, but we all fighting the same battle, man. All fighting the same battle, no
We
matter
all
where you
brothers.
are. Yeah,
We all
yeah,
brothers, and we got to stick together. That's the main problem that you know, in the South where I'm from, it's a lot different. Union, you know, you have a lot of people here that don't like the union.
right.
It's, you know, and I only know a handful of drivers that are not union. But I'm gonna tell everybody this now, and it's kind of crazy, but I've gotten more support and more help offered to me through my brothers and sisters on Facebook than I have in my barn. People don't want to stand up.
Yeah,
People are scared. They want to tuck their tail and turn and run the other way.
right.
But when you're on the other side of that desk, they won't be
Yeah,
in there. They
yeah,
won't be in there.
right.
You know, I take the whole weight of the load in my building. You know what I mean? There's not, to my knowledge, I'm the only person that does this in the state. And
Gee.
I don't know of anybody else that does it. And, you know, I've been asked to stop. I've been, you know, and what management likes to do is they like to turn around and try to turn it back at you. Everybody knows that. You know, that's
Yeah, yeah,
basic UPS, you know, dealings is when you do, when you're doing something, stand up for yourself and something happens, the first thing they do is point to you. You know,
yep,
like they try to turn your members against you and, you
yep.
know, trying to, it's just, it's crazy. And if we let them do that, they're going to keep doing it. That's what I try to tell people. You know,
That's the
I
key right
stand for
there.
something and I try to lead by example and set example to all these other drivers to give them the strength. And if they don't have the strength, come to me, I'll give you the strength. You know,
Right.
so if this situation that I'm in now, that's really tough, if something positive gains out of it, I'm good with it. I don't mind sacrificing myself for other members. I'm good with that.
Right.
But I've
That's
been
good,
out
man.
between the September discharge and this. I've been out over 60 days since September out of work.
Sheesh.
And, you know, my 14-year-old son, he knows the deal.
Yeah.
And, you know, he sees the struggle. You know what I
Right.
mean? Because, you know, everybody knows, well, not everybody doesn't know, but if you have never been unjustly discharged or taken out of service or whatever for a while, you don't really know what it's like to sit at home uh, and be targeted. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
It's tough, man. It's tough, but you know, I put my head down and I keep moving forward, and
Right.
that's what I'm going to do.
That's right. And you're gonna be rewarded for it, man. Your labor won't go in vain. Everything's gonna work out in your benefit, man, because you can't do good people bad and expect you know
No,
it,
sir,
it, it, it
you can't.
right. It's just not gonna happen. Yeah, you may get over on that person for a little bit, like you've been out since December the 21st. They may feel like they're doing something, but in actuality, they really hurting themselves. They're hurting their brand. They're hurting their image. But this is gonna get out, and people are gonna wake
Good.
up and say, "Man, you know what, man?
Get it
Uh,
out.
we need to stand up. We need to stand up, and we got to stand up because if we don't, it's going to be more Joy Mitchells out there, but they're not going to tell their story like you are. They're just going to be getting whipped and beaten and go in the corner somewhere and hide, and that does not need to happen. So we gonna make sure this get out there, man. And you keep fighting, keep pushing, keep pressing, man, and don't give up. Don't give up, because
No, sir,
you
that ain't
got
going
you
to
got
happen.
you got that 14-year-old boy watching you, man. So I know you're gonna do the right thing. I know you're gonna do
That's
the right
what I do
thing.
it for, man. I tell
Yep.
you, when a few years ago, I have a binder that I used to carry to work just a few years ago, my son was younger. Uh, I come in every, most kids want a toy or want you to bring them a surprise. My little boy come to me every day when I got to work and said, "Daddy, I want a binder like you." And I ordered me a new binder from Amazon, and I came home one night and I gave my son that binder. I said, son, here's your binder. And I took a grievance and put it in the binder for him. I said, if you have any issues, you fill that out and you give it to me.
I hear you. Okay. I hear you. That's good stuff, man. That's real good. That's real good. But we're going to get out of here, man. I appreciate you wanting to come on
Richard,
and tell your story.
You.
No problem. Like I said, we're going to share this
man.
everywhere, man. And we're going to keep talking about it. We're going to talk about it on our show on Wednesday. Because, man, this is a problem. This was the number one issue that all of us had. And look what happened. They didn't address it. And these are the things that keep happening. And so keep on keeping on, man. Keep fighting.
I'll keep everybody posted and let them know the situation. And, you know, I haven't been made an offer yet. Not that I would take it, you know, unless they back pay me. But I think the closer to the panel that we get, I think labor knows there's nothing here. You know, I've talked to my business agent. You know, I think the closer we get to the panel, they're going to start wanting to
make a deal.
Wheel and deal.
Yeah.
And, you know, if they called me today, Richard, said, hey, as much as I need to come back to work, as much as I want to come back to work, if they called me today and said, hey, you come back to work tomorrow, time certain, whatever, no back, it's a hell to the no.
I hear you, man. No back pay for all that stuff, man.
Not going to happen.
I hear you. I hear you. I'm with you. I'll be right there standing with you, man. Straight up. There's no way in the world they can do you dirty and then try to clean their hands of it and like nothing happened. No.
Well, you got a lot of people that will, though. You got a lot of people that'll, you know, and I tell you what's kind of crazy is a few weeks ago, and I'm not going to give out any names, I was called by my co-steward. They discharged a driver that did some pretty crazy things, man. He got his job back a week later. And then here it is, I'm out, and I'm glad. I'm happy for him. I'm so glad. I don't want any member taken out.
That's right.
When you have all your heirs late, end up 56 miles away from your first stop lost, and refuse the map book that morning, that's a problem. But then you got taking me out for a tattoo you can't even see. And I encourage everybody that views this to get on my Facebook page or whatever and look at the post. And that picture of the back of my neck was taken by my business agent at my local level here. That is with my UPS shirt on.
Right. And I'm going to tell everybody, you cannot see anything. You wouldn't even know he had a tattoo unless he told you. Go to his Facebook page. You'll see the driver's shirt up, and you can't see nothing. You can't see anything.
Nothing. The labor manager saw it, like I said earlier, when I was stretching and only saw about that much of it. Couldn't make out what it is. And what makes it so bad is it's a cross, a religious cross for my faith in Jesus Christ and God. I got it after I was discharged for almost 4 months in 2012, unjustly. So I went and got that tattoo, and I've got another one on my back that says "Hold Fast." And you know, I live by the hold fast.
I hear you, man. Hold fast. That's good. That's a good sermon, man. Hold fast.
It means a lot to me, man. I live by that. And right is right, wrong is wrong. And you know, if you're out there you're doing bad or doing wrong by people, I don't care where I am. I don't care if I'm at the gas station, at a grocery store. You do something foul, I'm gonna call your ass out right then, no questions. And it's no different when I go to work. You do some foul stuff to people, I'm gonna call you out. And the way I call you out is I put it on that paper. And I encourage everybody, if you're having an issue with management or any kind of issue, if you don't put it on the paper, you're not doing yourself any justice. When you put it on that paper, you make a paper trail. Right. And, you know, we have a lot of people that are scared to file grievances. But, you know, if you don't file grievances and the company knows that, then they're not going to take you serious.
Right, they're going to keep doing it. But I think, and I don't know how it is at your building, but I know at our building, a lot of people don't file grievances because of the retaliation that you are going through right now.
Number one. That's number one, Richard.
Right. And they don't want to end up in a situation like you're in right now. And when you don't have the leadership to back you and fight for you and really encourage you to file those grievances and encourage you to stand up for yourself and make it known that they got your back, then they're not going to do it. But it needs to change. It does. And I think we're going to have to reach within ourselves and stop leaning so much on these local leaders, because they're not going to do anything. They're not going to do anything. So we're going to have to lean on each other in order to get this done. That's the way I see it.
Now, Richard, I do want to say this. A lot of people have issues with their local or their leaders, elected officials in the local or whatever. I've had a lot of people ask me, "What's your local doing?" In my local level here, my business agent did a really good job. Asked a lot of good questions, kind of called them out.
Okay.
But the one thing that I am a little disappointed in is the fact that I'll tell you, Richard, if it was me as an elected official, if one of my stewards this happened to, I would take me and all my people, we would be at that building wanting some answers right then.
I agree, yes. The whole board would come down and what is going on while you with me? I agree. And shut the whole place down. I agree. The whole board would come down. That's how it should be. And then you know what? The members see that. UPS sees that, and the members like, you know what? Now I'll file the grievance. Now I'll get out there and participate, because I know that if I ever get into a sticky situation, I know that I have the whole board backing me up. I agree.
Well, we don't have it's and that's what my coach Stuart Curtis said. He was like, they need to be up there, everybody knows, and I hate to even say this, but it's the truth. We cannot force the company to do anything. You can't physically force them, but you can, I guess, hold them accountable. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you physically no, but contractually you can. But you just got to have the right people. You know what I mean? You can't make them do what they're supposed to do. Physically, man, you can't go in there and but contractually, you can make them do what they're supposed to do. You just can't back down. That's the key. They're gonna do whatever they can to get out of it, but you cannot back down. The moment you back down, it's all over. It's all over, because then they're gonna keep doing it. They're gonna keep doing it. They're gonna keep doing it. But if you put your foot down from the very first time, you'll never have to worry about it.
Do not let them sense that weakness in you.
Yes.
Never.
Yeah.
Because if you know what I mean, if they sense that they can, and I'm gonna tell you straight up, if the company feels like they can get one over on you, say you got an optional up and they need your body or whatever, and they want to disapprove and they know you're not going to do anything, they will do it. They don't care what you got going on. They don't care. Nope. I had a driver a long time ago, years ago, that he would put in option or 8-hour requests for optionals, and he would always work over the time and be mad and upset and want to file grievances, and he never would. I told this driver a couple of years ago, I said, I'll tell you what, if you don't file this grievance, you'll never get another honored 8-hour request again. And to my knowledge, he has not. Because they know he's not going to file. They don't take him serious. Now, when I put an 8-hour request, they know, no questions, that if I'm over, they're going to get paperwork.
Right.
If I'm over 9-5 3 days, they know. They don't say, well, is he going to file? Is he not going to file?
They know.
They're 100. They're 100. and that's the thing. I don't know. It's kind of a double-edged sword, and not everybody, is willing to stand up and do that. And I get that, but Rich, I'll be honest with you, I kind of enjoy it.
Hey, I'm with you, man.
Is
I'm
that
with
bad?
you. No, it's not bad. I'm with you. You got to fight, man, regardless of who it is, how many of them it is, how much money they got. You got to fight. Like Matthew Maney always says, there's power in the worker. Look what just happened the other day with the TSA and them airport workers. But like, look, man, we're not coming in. We're not doing nothing. And look what happened. They turned that thing around and he had to open up the government again. But that's a story for another day. But there's power in the worker, man. If we have a lot of power, we just got to know how and when to use it. You know what I mean?
And there's power in numbers too. There's strength in numbers.
Yeah.
And I can't stress that enough. I was actually in 1997. I was on strike in 1997. I was picketing on the side of the road. And, like I said earlier, we're in a right to work state. A lot of people don't like unions in here. A lot of people, I call them haters. You know what I mean? They're mad because we get union benefits and pension and all that. They don't like it. But when we were on strike in 1997, Richard, we actually, we were standing on the side of the road. We had people throwing drinks at us and stuff. It was just bad. It was, people, and it's like anything else. It's just ignorance. People don't know what they're talking about. I've had people at gas stations come up to me and, talk about how much money I make and I wish I just had a job. I just drove around and beat the horn. Those people are ignorant. They don't know what they're talking about. Yes, UPS pays us good. They do.
Right, they do.
But
they do. But we pay for it and we earn it.
Job.
Yeah. We earn it and we pay for it. Every penny, as they say in the South, every penny. We earn every last one of them. Every last one of them. And we pay our dues to get that. That's why we pay union dues to get those wages and benefits and all those things. So it's not like they gave them to us.
No, they don't.
We work hard. Yeah, they ain't give us anything.
And that's why I tell other people that are joining, I tell people, I say, look at that your union dues as your insurance payment. Where are you going to go get insurance for your union due money a month? Not going to happen. Your free insurance. Let me rephrase that. And, like when a driver goes on vacation, they pay us for 45 hours in the Atlantic supplement, not 40, no overtime. But, why do people think that we get the vacation we get and the pay we get and the insurance and the pension? It's not because UPS is out of their kind heart.
No.
It is because of the union.
Right. That's why, it hurts me so bad to see it going down like it's going down because of what it should be and what it used to be. But I think we got the right people that's pushing, all the right buttons to get it back to where it should be. You know what I mean? So I'm excited, man. I am. I can't wait. These next few years is going to be very, very interesting, especially 2021. We're going to find out what's going on over there with that.
I'll tell you, when Ron Kerry was in office, I promise you he wouldn't have let this happen.
No, you know that. I wasn't around then, but there was a quote that I read from him, and man, I was like, wow. It was during the getting everybody prepared for the strike, and he sent out a memo to all the local leaders, and he said, either get in line or the line will be made for you. I said, man, and the strike was successful. You know what I mean? So that I never forget that. That was a good one. That was a good one.
Yes, it's we don't even need to get started on our leadership as far as the contract and Hoffa and all that kind of stuff. It's ridiculous. It's just sad. It's sad that our leadership has done us this way.
But their time is up, man. It's coming up. It's coming up. I believe that.
Like they say, Like they say here in the South, every dog has a day.
Yeah, yeah. And his day is coming, man. All them guys, man, from the local level, like here locally, their day is coming in a few months. And then the guys in DC, their day is coming in a couple years. So it's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. We keep pushing, keep fighting. Like you said, hold fast. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. But are we gonna get out of here, man? Good talking to you. Good seeing you. Keep fighting, man. Whatever you need for me to do, we're gonna do it after this. Once I'm gonna finish this, I'm gonna put it on the YouTube and
do it, brother.
link the labor notes, labor press, the teachers, the carpenters, the guys, the labor justice radio downtown.
Amen.
Everywhere. We're going everywhere. All right,
and Richard, you've got my cell phone. You've got my cell phone number. If anybody needs it from any kind of media, whatever, you give it to them.
All right, got you. Appreciate it.
Richard, I appreciate you, brother. I really do. I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Hey, I'm with you, man. God bless. We love you, man. Be good down there, man.
Bless you, we love y'all
man.
too.
Hey, I got a quick question now. Now, how far you stay from a Bojangles, man?
Oh, I got one right up the road, man. Right at the top of the hill.
God, man, I can't wait to get back home, man. I can't wait to get back home. All right, man. I'll talk to you, man.
Thanks, Richard. Peace out.
No problem, man. Be good.
Yes, sir.